So you announced in March, I think it was, on Instagram that you'd written your book. It was a guaranteed bestseller because you got...
It wasn't written at that point, by the way.
Right, but you were going to do it.
But
40.6 million Instagram followers, so, you know, you're pretty guaranteed that it's going to... Yeah, it's going to be a hit. But what led up to that moment? Why a book and why this subject?
I mean, I think for me, the inspiration was, again, being a teenager, and I have been very open about, you know, my kind of time and troubles actually being a teenager, and just the turbulent mayhem and mixture of hormones and feelings, and, you know, you feel so much at that point. And I felt like it was my duty, especially now for teenagers who grow up with so much pressure and social media and, you know, so much issues with identity and sexuality and family stuff. There's just so much, and yeah, I felt it was my duty to write a book which they could, you know, really connect to.
So what helped you then? Because, I mean, you have been very open about being a teenager and not being able to communicate and depression creeping in. So what was it? What was the turning point for you?
Again, for me, it was realising that I shouldn't be ashamed of feeling these things, and that I wasn't alone, and that everyone kind of goes through these things, and being vulnerable is actually a strength, it's not a weakness, and showing your emotion and being honest about it, you know, and I think that's why more and more mental health is such an important thing to talk about. It's exactly the same as being physically sick, and when you keep all those things inside, when you bottle them up, it makes you ill. So again, for me, it was just it was important to highlight those things. And I've talked about, you know, a lot of the lows being a teenager, but also I had an incredible time being a teenager. And again, this book highlights both of those things.
Well, you've said yourself that I think your teenage years, a roller coaster to hell was something that I read. I don't know whether you actually did. You say
having
that?
a bad day?
Yeah.
Because I'm not in hell now, you know what I mean?
Right.
I just think at times the things that, unfortunately, the things, you know, that stick with all of us the most are actually the darkest times in our lives, I think, the traumatic maybe times at some point. You know, those are some of the points that I remember most.
Do you wish you'd communicated your emotions better or more?
I didn't know how to communicate my emotions. I was so ashamed of the way I felt, because I have a very privileged upbringing, and I'm very lucky and went to an amazing school, and I definitely took my education for granted and so many things, but I had depression, and I had moments where I didn't want to carry on living, and then the guilt of feeling that way and not being able to tell anyone because I shouldn't feel that way and I shouldn't feel bad, and, you know, it was that kind of blame and guilt.
When you look at all of those Instagram followers that you've got, and a lot of those are teenagers, and you obviously have a voice that can connect with teenagers because of what you've been through yourself, do you feel like there's a huge amount of responsibility that comes with that also?
I mean, again, responsibility, it's more of just because I am lucky enough to be able to do the things that I love, and have also gone through enough to know that these dreams that I had when I was younger, and even though I didn't think or I never believed in myself, that if you do love yourself and learn how to just not give in to what other people think about you, not to care what other people think, and just follow your dreams, that you can achieve anything. And that's what I want to be for teenagers, is not necessarily a role model, but, you know, someone that has gone through it and has come out the other side.
Yeah.
And having written this one, did you think, oh my God, I love this, I'm going to do some more?
No, for sure. And for me as well, as a teenager, I never believed in any way that I was good at writing. I loved writing, but because I didn't do well in exams, I was like, you know, the thing that I loved, I was like, I'm never going to be able to do that. The fact that I have a book, like, that's the craziest thing. It wasn't until after school where I carried on doing it for myself, cathartically. That was the only way I would learn how to express my emotions, was through writing.
And you say that at the book, at the beginning of the book. And to anyone who feels lost, I hope this book inspires you to follow your dreams, never give up hope. Anything is possible.
It really is.
And here it is. That's it. Anything's possible. And there's Cara's first book.
Well done.
Looking gorgeous. So we'll put this on the bookshelf next to the... You're the only person who's walked in here and spotted, and we didn't even know we had an armadillo. And we have an armadillo in the kitchen.
I'm a big fan of armadillos, so...
Are you?
Yeah, I mean, next time, hopefully, when I come back, I'm going to bring you something, maybe a snow globe. Oh, I won't tell you.
Well, for the...
They didn't know there was an armadillo.
The surprise is ruined.
No, for the minute, look, how does that look?
Oh, look,
a banana
next to the armadillo.
Oh, guys.
Is that OK?
Sniffing my book's bum, which I like.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Is that the only person that's brought my dog as well?
Yes,
Well,
actually.
We have had dogs. We're quite dog-friendly here.
You're the only person that's brought a dog without telling us they were going to bring a dog. Here he comes.
Oh,
Here he comes. Leo!
Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Hi, baby.
He's gorgeous. How long have you had him?
Oh, my gosh. He is 2.5 now.
Have you had him since puppy?
He's got ADD like me.
But he's like a mini husky.
Yes, he's a Pomeranian husky.
Thank you.
God, you're so weird. Come on. Yeah, when I took him to a Chanel show, he tried to take a pee on the middle of the runway.
Oh, no.
We've all done that.
What's he doing? He's going to pop a squat right now.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Brilliant.
much, guys.
That was
Cheers.
lovely.